Yeah, yeah. So I changed it. Put this in the mouth and show to them how this been done every day. Okay. So doctor will tell what is the breathing method. I just want to show you this. What is the how the breathing exercise should be done. So every day you have to do is you take this. Also, what plaster is called, doctor?
It's a surgical tape.
Ah, surgical tape. Yes, yes. You have to buy this surgical tape in a pharmacy, and you try to get the bigger one, lah. So it's much more better. So every day, what before you go for sleep, so what you do is just cover your mouth.
Nixon, we cannot hear you.
Definitely, why I have to cover my mouth.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, so this is how you have to cover the mouth before you go for bed. So why this been done, and when doctor tell us try to do this for the breathing exercise, I have tried this from the day he teach me until today. I'm and my son are doing every day in the before we go for sleep. So we put this in the mouth. So what is the benefit that we get? So the reason why they ask us to cover the mouth is they want us to breathe through the nose. You see, when we go to sleep, what we'll do is we are externally, accidentally, we breathe through our mouth. So breathe through the mouth is not as healthy that what we know. It's produced what acid, doctor? One?
Through nose is produce nitrate oxide.
This is so it's a very important important element to our body. So when you breathe through our mouth, it won't produce that. So it's not good for our body. So while we covering this in the mouth, so what will happen is you are breathing through your mouth, your all your inner tongue is open and the breathing is doing very frequently and very easily. So actually God is giving us the nose to breathe, but we are breathing wrongly by through our mouth accidentally. But we actually practice in the night before you go for sleep. So when you open your mouth and breathe, so this is we were disturbing the breathing pattern. So that's why the problem, some of the problem coming in. So you know the Indian call snoring, the snoring, the parate, the snoring is because of one of the reason is this. So when you cover this in the before you go to sleep, what I experienced by doing, I think it's already 7, 8 days I'm trying this. The snoring is totally reduced, and unfortunately now is I no more snoring ready, no more snoring ready. So yesterday I tried it, asked my daughter because she yesterday sleep with the daughter. So I came out in the morning and asked her, "Hey, do you hear any snoring yesterday?" She said, "There's no snoring, pa. You are sleeping very calmly yesterday." So this is how the breathing pattern have changed our sleeping. So another one more thing important, you are sleeping very well. So previously, when I sleep without this tape, I immediately like 4 o'clock or 3 something, I wake up. I wake up. I don't know why I wake up. I wake up, then I have to go for toilet. Now, after I start with this practice, I no more wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock. I just wake up at 5 o'clock as what normally I wake up. So I sleep around 12 something or there sometimes 11 something I sleep. But once I get to sleep, I just wake up at 5 o'clock. It's a normal, like a normal pattern already. When I wake up, I don't have the feel of the body ache or feel very tired. I no more feeling of that. I feel very fresh to wake up. So immediately I can go to a toilet, everything. I feel like normal already. Previously, when I didn't do this one, I didn't feel this kind of sensation, feeling in the body, the freshness. So this is how the breathing is very, very important. I hope that people who are listening to this Zoom section today try to buy this paper and cover your mouth before you go for sleep. And you will experience this. And I'm sure by 10 days already, by 7 days already feel the experience. I think this will be fantastic for a lot of people. Yes, doctor? Anything you want to add in, doctor?
Okay. Yeah. With another thing is, okay, while this you cannot do at night. Okay, this is breath holding. Okay, so wait. Okay, I'll take over, Mr.
Yes, yes,
Dixon,
of course.
from
Yes,
here.
yes, yes.
Okay, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Okay, today is a coffee day, so welcome. So today we're going to talk a lot of things about coffee. But before we go into the coffee, we want to highlight a little info on the eye exercise and also the breathing, the most important. Okay, so whatever we do, we have to breathe. We have to get in the oxygen. So breathe it correctly. So Nixon has shared a little tips here and there on how to breathe in a correct way. Use the nose. Nose is for you to breathe, mouth is for you to eat. But mouth is connected to the nose for contingency purpose. If you were to have any blockage due to flu or sinus and anything, then you may use the nose, the mouth, but generally use. Another most important technique here is breath holding. Okay, you got to hold your breath. So when you do this masking your tape, so you're masking your tape, so that practice. So at times you hold your breath. Okay, hold it for a while, then breathe again. So holding your breath is very important. You see, I have read a lot of science papers, research papers. Practically nowadays, we are breathing in the wrong method and we are over breathing. So we are sort of like, overdosed with oxygen. Okay. There is also this oxygen can be toxic. All right. So you may have any concept of breathing, you may have any guru, or you may follow any yoga patterns or any kind of things. So please breathe through your nose. All right. There's a simple technique here, and also through your do the eye exercise. And please update us when you get the info, the improvement, especially. Okay. So I think Shell wants to get some tips on the breathing. So Shell, I'll call you once I already to the end of the session. Then you may contribute little info on the breathing as well. Okay. So let us get this started first, Shell. Okay. So see, the coffee is something very, very highly consumed beverage compared next to water. A lot of people drink coffee, but nowadays coffee has a bad reputation in the market. You see, in overseas, they also have a lot of pattern of coffee. They call this suspended coffee. Okay, suspended coffee, and this is a culture in overseas. They says that in many countries, in Turkey and other countries, they said everyone should drink a cup of coffee. There is no human shouldn't drink coffee. Everyone should have an opportunity to drink coffee, even the rich ones and the poor ones. You see, coffee is something extremely therapeutic value, high in medicinal property, and he has abundance of health benefits. Everything good. In fact, I have spoke about this many, many times to people in this Zoom. Okay, you all can go back to the video. Today, I'm not going to go into very detail. Okay, this is adenosine receptor. This adenosine receptor gives you a lot of good stuff. High level of energy, burns fat, makes you happy, make you smiling, more clarity, more sharp, more better thought, and a lot more. Okay, digestion keeps your muscles strong. It balances up your hormonal issues, and it grows microbiomes in your gut, and many more. Okay, so we can just go on and on. But all these happens in a real pure true coffee. This is the most important. So here, the answer, we have a beautiful, pure, high quality coffee in all this benefit in DXN. And furthermore, these coffees in DXN is added with therapeutic medicinal grade mushroom. which is Lindsay, Ganoderma, lion's mane, shiitake, and so many other different mushroom is added with ginseng, tonkatali, and all. Okay, so that's why in overseas they pay for, when you buy one coffee, they pay for two coffee, or they pay for three coffee. Whatever coffee you want to pay, you can pay one or two coffees extra. And who going to drink the other two coffee? Only the baristas in that coffee house, they knows. They have people, that means the homeless one and who don't have any money, they will come for the suspended coffee. You see, because they says such a good, beautiful therapeutic beverage shouldn't be missed, or people should not come to the next and don't have a coffee. So the rod of good health is given by the coffee for people who don't have home, and people who has devastated mind, people has too much of stress, and these people gets a huge help by drinking the pure coffee. A real coffee should go without the creamer or without sugar, but if you want, you can add a little, but there is no harm. Okay, so I want every one of y'all to share your experience in this coffee. That's why when many of the DXN newcomers, when they drink coffee, they feel a lot of difference. They feel as though they starts to fly. They feel like, miracles starts to happen. Mr. Mario from Mexico, he always says the word, some miracles is going on in him, within him. Why? Because you're feeding in the right cup of coffee. So the right cup of coffee gives you abundant pleasure, pleasure to your every single cells. If your cells are good, then your tissues will be good. Your tissues are good, then the organs going to be good. Your organs are good, the entire human system will be good. So we are flooding the whole human system with tempered coffee, low quality coffee, coloring coffee, the coffee with added with chicory, which contains a very high oxalate, which is toxin, a crystallization toxins will rip your cells off, and very highly acidic. So this is why people have a afraidness to drink this coffee, and doctors too always have the information that coffee is not good, coffee is bad. You see, today I supposed to meet up a gentleman. He had a stroke, but due to this MCO, and also his doctor told him, don't drink any coffee until further notice. You see, so a big karma, okay, blocked him from the good things to happen. We can't do anything. Even a lot of article, a lot of research papers, a lot of things we have there for them to read. But that one word, doctors. These doctors, a lot of doctors, medical doctors, allopathy doctors out there do not know the truth about a real cup of coffee. But what to do? A certain system like Ayurvedic, these Siddha medications, and also these medical doctors, they don't know the pure benefit of the coffee. Coffee is something being used in generations and generation to produce medicines. And until today, it is going on. But the challenge is to get the real cup of coffee. That is the biggest challenge. But we have that. We have with us in DXN more than 20 over types of coffee and tea. Okay, we'll come back to this. And while let's hear from Mr. Nixon on the Oolong tea. This Oolong Ocha tea is a really high graded green tea. Let's listen from him, and then from there, and then we'll start back on the Q&A sessions, and also the other aspect and little bit of the breathing techniques again. Okay, so please stay with us. So Nixon?
Yes, doctor.
You can take over from
here.
here.
Let me share.
Yeah.
Okay, very good morning to all. So today, as our coffee day, we are going to share about a tea, which is a beverage, and we know that they actually produce a lot of different types of teas besides coffee. As you know, tea is one of the also highest consumable product in the world. So today, as a DXN, they have introduced this tea called Ucha tea. DXN Ucha. Ucha is very simple. It's a oolong tea. Oolong is quite a famous tea in a country called China, and it's quite numbers of varieties of benefits that have in a Ucha tea. So let's go for it. Okay, so let me go to the simple history of the tea. So tea is been founded in 2737 BC. According to a legend that the Chinese emperor named Shangnong is sitting under a tree of Camellia sinensis, while his servant is give him a boil of water. Suddenly, a drop of leaf from the tree fell into the cup of the boiling water, and the water changed into a color. So when he saw the changes of the color in the water, and he drink, and where that the water become a tea, and the emperor become so enjoyed the drink of this tea. So from there, he started where the tea is being used. So slowly in the 16th and 17th century, the tea is promoted and we go to the European countries where like Portuguese and soon to the Dutch and to the other European countries where. But in the early days, in the 16th or 17th century, tea mostly used as a wealthy drink. That means normal people are not drinking the tea. Only the wealthier people are consuming tea. But today, as the world goes on, then the tea become more and more easily consumable and available. So today, everybody can drink a tea. So tea, basically, this tea is coming from the name of Camellia sinensis. This is a plant of the tree. It's a most common tea that we use in the world called Camellia sinensis. So this one of the famous beverage in the world, and has a different type of degree of fermentation for the tea leaves. So there are plenty of different type of tea called black tea, green tea, oolong tea, white tea, and so on. So there's a lot of types of teas in the world. So what is here is this is type. There's a green tea, oolong tea, white tea, and black tea. So what is the difference between these types of tea is the fermentation. The tea being fermented in a different way, natural fermentation. Usually the fermentation of the tea is taken around 5 to 8 years. So when it's naturally fermented. So mostly green tea is not fermented, it means it's mostly light, and the black tea is the most fermented, which are taking around 5 to 8 years to ferment it. Oolong teas come between that. That means it's between that non-fermented and very fully fermented. This is where the oolong tea come, and the taste of the oolong tea is quite mild and milder than a black tea. So DXN, why DXN choose Ucha? Because of the benefits of the oolong tea. Ucha means tea in Mandarin. U means is a oolong tea. So that's why they call it Ucha. So this is a tea beverage made from the oolong tea. And it's what is the benefit of this oolong tea? Why they have to use the oolong tea? So a lot of benefits they're having for the oolong tea. So some of the benefits I'm reading here is one of these very good for the weight loss. That means it's a very good for the weight losses management. And when you're drinking a lot of this oolong tea, so it can help you to weight management. And also for helping for lowering our blood pressure. It will help you to lower the blood pressure. Another very good benefit of this tea is improving our sleeping. So we have been known that tea is a very good for sleeping and also very good for the anti-hyperglycemic effects. And also is a very good for our gut microbiome. That means it's improving our guts. And also it's help you to fight some of the cancers. And also it's a good for implementation, and also is protecting our brain and giving a lot of minerals and vitamins to the brain for its function. So these are some of the function of the oolong tea. If you want a more benefit, you can go to the YouTube or the Google. You can find out all about the oolong tea. So this oolong tea, where DXN produced is a pre-mixed oolong tea in a sachet, and when the taste is in a greenish color and a taste which close to the green tea. And we are the best because DXN products is none of that without our Ganoderma. So this oolong tea is mixed with our Ganoderma lucidum. And we have a non-dairy creamer and sugar for better taste. And you can add with the three, you can just put in the water and add with the hot water, then you can drink. So this is how this is normally we have the 180 ml of hot water. No need to be too hot, just need to be hot to drinkable. Then readily serve and open the bag and put it, and you can drink the fraction. You can feel the cup of the tea is become a green or the taste and the color is very favorable. So our DXN is, is a very controlled in the quality, in a matter of quality. So they produce the shelf life of 3 years. And this is the simple product information. And a sachet is coming with 30 gram per sachet in a 20 packet. So this is this you can read this in the box itself. And our Ucha is gone through a lot of our quality methods where you come to non-chemical and no microbial test, and we know there's no added chemical, nothing inside there. And it's a control under our GMP and everything. It's been certified by Halal and compile all the food safety standards that we given. So DXN Ucha tea is very suitable and convenient for people who are always on the go. That means it's be suitable for anyone. It's not only for them, it's suitable for anyone to drink it. So it can help you to calm down. And when you have a very hard day, or a very stressful day, just take one Ucha tea and shake it and drink, and you can see the calmness of this tea and enjoy it. So the price range you can check in the box, because we changed. So that is a simple and it's a very 3-in-1 Ucha tea and it's on the go. So I think that's all, Doctor.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay,
Yeah.
that's very brief and simple. Actually, nothing much about this Olono Ocha.
Yes.
Okay, but it's all on health benefit. The
Yes.
best part is a lot of people like the green stuff in the tea,
Yes.
which is the Olun tea. And in our Ocha tea, we do not have any chemical. So that is the best. So I think, you all should enjoy, get to know this coffee, use it, and it is not that expensive. And it is a new beverage in the XN. I think it's a couple of months, it's not a year yet, maybe 6 to 7 or 10 months around there. So this tea is given a very good benefit, and the caffeine is lower compared to the tea, compared to the coffee. So those who uh, can't tolerate much of the caffeine, are so scared of the palpitation and this and that, okay, you may take tea. Okay, and you see this coffee, our DXN coffee has very low caffeine level, 0.06. So it is safe, very safe for you to drink like 4 to 5 cups per day. Okay, I practically drink almost 10 cups of coffee per day. Okay, nothing less than 4. Definitely every day I drink more than 4. Sometimes it can go up to 10 to 12. Okay, so because I really enjoy the coffee, and this one way, because now in this MCO season and this COVID, gyms are closed, difficult to do and time constraint, so another shortcut for you to rejuvenate your lymphatic vessels, to stimulate your whole circulatory system. And all this can be done by drinking hot cups of coffee or tea. So this will replace the method of exercise. You see difference with exercise, and it's just putting a jacket or like steaming yourself. That's just giving the heat and taking out the water, but you are not moving. So when you start to move, when you start to walk, or you tend to walk on the treadmill, your heart will start to palpitate, and then your lymphatic vessels will start to work, and circulatory system will be opening, and a lot of other activities will take place. When you drink any cup of hot coffee or tea, the similar effect will be there. So you can have a cup of coffee and do a spot walking, a spot jumping, or the spider legend also is very effective. Those who have a garden at home, you can just do some spotting, jumping. So this will make you closer to having a great walk in the taman or something like that. Okay, this is one way. And also it burns fat and it keeps your circulatory system perfect. Uh, it's one of the best for the heart and also for the liver. So a lot of research papers shows that and it's proven that liver mortality rate for cancer or any kind of issues is lower for those who drinks a cup of coffee. Okay, so get a smaller cup of coffee. This is my suggestions for y'all. Get a smaller cup of coffee. Enjoy the coffee. Try to cut down on your creamer and the sugar. The problem with the Malaysians here, they are very, very good in using too much of sugar. Okay, people find bitterness is so bad, terrible, but the bitterness is the best. Okay, so learn how to enjoy the bitterness. When you really enjoy the bitterness, you will see a little sweetener in the bitterness. Okay, so tends to you enjoy. You can add a little bit of sugar, not too much of sugar. Okay, so and don't have too regular carbohydrates diet. Okay, carbohydrates is also a different form of sugar. So after it converts, it goes into a sugars and energy. So now in Malaysia or all over the world, they are taking too much carbohydrate food. Okay, this carbohydrate food is practically doing extensive damage to the colon, to the stomach, to your microbiomes, to your intestines and everything. Okay, stop taking all the flour-based food, milk, dairy milks, and all this stuff. So, do we have any questions on the chatbot?
Not yet, doctor. I think we can ask the people to share the experience of the coffee, doctor.
Yeah, y'all can share your experience, your testimonies, which you all shared with the others, and really enjoy. And please, can y'all can put up your hand.
Yeah, DXN
DXN
Raja is raised
Raj.
your hand.
Yeah, DXN Raj is there.
Hello, good morning, dear action.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
good morning. Good morning.
Okay, good morning, doctor. Okay, when I want to ask is just want to get your info and advice. When we're talking about the coffee, overall,
Yeah.
we have a two type of coffee. We have a coffee zero raw coffee, and we have a creamer coffee. Correct, not?
Yeah.
Okay, the creamer coffee we using non milk. That means a non direct creamer or conditioner in the package. Correct, not?
Yeah. Yeah. Non-dairy
Okay.
creamer.
Yes, non-dairy creamer. But
Yeah.
what I heard, there's a previous 1980s, they got a ban some non-dairy creamer.
Mhm.
Okay, according the palm oil kernel,
Mhm.
palm
Mhm.
oil kernel, they are banned a few of them. Then they got a they got to ask tell the soy protein or soy creamer is a better. But some of
Mhm.
product they are brand or banned because of the I think the what the high fat can increase in the blood clot, and then there can come this heart attack and make them the stroke. That's why they are ban this product of the kernel, palm oil kernel, non-dairy creamer.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's why I want to ask, okay, how far this true? Because the article was there still in the website all. Okay,
Mhm.
they're talking about this. They have a choose what a 22 creamer can use, 25 is a ban.
Okay.
Okay. I just
All
want to
right.
get advice and information from you on this
Yeah,
category.
sure. Okay, you
Thank you
see,
very much.
there are a lot of conspiracy when it comes to this palm oil and soya oil and all this stuff. See, those days when the information is not on an informative world, if you were to take it in 80s or 90s, okay, the huge culprit here is the Americans wants to promote the palm oil. They want to not promote the palm oil. They want to promote the soya in their country, and they want to de-promote the coconut and also the palm oil. So that is where all this conspiracy came out, and they claim that coconut oil and palm oil can cause a lot of cardiac issues and cancer, this and blah blah stuff. All this is fake created report. But there's a lot of research papers. Okay, unbelievably, these research papers has been published by very reputable physicians and professors, in overseas, even in Oxford universities, claiming that coconut is bad. Okay, but this has to be totally rubbish, because we have even large amount abundance of research paper claiming that coconut is one of the best, and palm oil is also another best product to prevent health in terms of cardiac issues and all. Okay, so we leave that technical papers and all one side. Okay, let's go back to Sri Lanka. You see, until today in Sri Lanka, the cardiac cases is very low. Cardiac mortality rate is very low, because until today, they are taking a lot of coconut in uh, Sri Lanka, in Kerala and all. So they have very good record. Wherever they have this information, they will access to all these stuffs, they will get very fear. Now I am asking all my patients, I have 416 patients who reversed diabetic completely. Okay. After over about 6 months to a year, they are free from medication. And all these people, what they do, they are drinking coconut milk uh, raw. Okay. And they even use coconut, grated coconuts into their breakfast and their food, because we have a lot of good fat. You see, the big problem now is we are taking too much of sugar, and we are not taking uh, fat, good fat. See, the good fat is something that is very much needed by our body. So why do you have a lot of arthritis issue, lupus, okay? Uh, anything to do with your immunity issues, and a lot of issues are coming, okay? And also the arthritis, rheumatism, polycystic, and all this stuff, you can just keep adding on. Because you see, like arthritis, when you have the knee problem, the knees, you are walking in every day, the knees are getting impact, and then there is a damage, and it's not rejuvenating or not recovering from daily damage. Why? What happened? Why not happen to the synovial fluid and all these things? Because you see, what is really happening, your gut is so poor, your stomach is so poor, and your stomach, your small intestine, your large intestine is very, very badly damaged. There is no microbiome, because all these things damage because we are eating too much of inflammatory food, and we are not eating good fat. The good fat is the palm oil, the coconut oil, the ghee, and all these good items claim to be bad and as taken out of our regular diet. And this is the biggest mistake. And they claim that there's paper, there's articles, and all this cause cancer. That is totally fake reports. Okay. You see, the whole another side is there is dark side, and there is the bright side of in the science. We don't want to talk about that too much. Okay. So this is the thing. So in DXN products, I'll come back to the DXN products. If whatever they claim is not good, how can our coffee be in 230 over countries? How the coffee can go to Europe, US, Australia, and these other countries are more difficult to penetrate. Leave Malaysia in a different category, okay? In Singapore, okay? Because all these countries are very strict, and the regulatory issues are even more 10 times, 20 times difficult compared to Malaysia. But we are established. The first product which will go anywhere, the extent established, is coffee. In Peru, in uh, Nigeria, in US, okay, in Australia, the first product goes in is always coffee. You see, the coffee is very high quality, and now we already know the truth, because now informative world, we cannot filter the information reach people very fast. Okay, before it could come out in the newspaper, we already get the news a day or two before. We already know what is really going to happen. And you see, when before they could issue the MCO, we already know, oh, there is an extension, Okay, the articles, papers, and everything, write-ups, all will be shared in the WhatsApp. So now in this informative world, the Americans are claiming that coconut is good, palm oil is good, and they are already making that in their place. Why? Because it is not going to be the same as before to put in fake informations and stop others. Any doctors who claim that coconut or palm oil is bad, change your doctor. I do not have any other things to tell you. Okay. But DXN, you can know logically how it can be accepted in all these countries, US, Europe, the entire Europe, we have, DXN. Australia, we have TGA, therapeutic good, manufacturing qualities, and all these countries we have. So the DXN coffee is very highly graded quality coffee, and it does a lot of good benefit to us. Okay. I guess I answered the question. This is a
Yes,
very good
Dr.
question.
Yeah, very good question and very clearly answered. I think
Yeah.
Dr. Mr. Mario wants to share.
Yes, please, Mr.
yes,
Mario,
yes,
unmute
yes.
him.
Okay, you can unmute, Mr. Mario.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Ellam Pugalam Irevanukku. God is great.
Good, great start.
I would like to share about coffee, how the coffee can can give a good benefit to the health. I mean, not only just health, for the for the what do you call it, to body care and body care, like a beauty. Especially here, recently I had some kind of mild experience that I used the 2-in-1 Lindsay coffee. The half sachet. I just took the half sachet of the coffee and I mix with 5 or 6 of that body shampoo dots. So I mix that 5 or 6 drops and I use that the watercolor paintbrush, and I just make the watercolor paintbrush wet, just wet. You don't put any water, and just you mix it with that, so that then you put the face mask on your face. Okay, so when you put that, you leave it as a 15 minutes. So when you 15 minutes, you start feel that your face get like dry, and then you can see some kind of a crack slant. So once you already are done with that, so you can wash your face with the Gano soap itself. So you see the 3 product combination. So what will happen? So your face will become more light, more clear, and then you will have that don't have that pimples problem. So lately I have this kind of dots. After the 3 days, everything is gone. And then after that, I was looking at one of the lady from Peru, and she also shared the same thing like what I did. And additionally, she shared that also they can use the Cocozzi as well, the same way. So same, then that you will have that they will, it will rejuvenate you don't have that the sprinkles lines when you use the Cocozzi. But when you use the Lindsay coffee, you have that pimples. So make sure you don't waste that half sachets of the what do you call the 2-in-1 Lindsay coffee. You can use a small cutting, so you can drink as well. So don't leave it like that. So that is my sharing today. Thank you very much.
So now a lot of experience is going on, Mr. Mario.
Yeah, it's really. The health is getting. I think I'm getting love in my coffee, man. I don't know why. Actually, I was a coffee aider, because normal, and also the beauty of this 2-in-1 coffee, because that face you have that impact, not just become Italian coffee or not, because the 150 antioxidant, so the type of antioxidant you have. So that makes things a difference on your skin. That is the beauty of this Ganoderma. That's what I'm seeing. Scientifically, that shows, and we in the real life, we can feel it, sometimes we can have the shine face. So that is what I see, very quickly. So things, miracle is happening, every day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mario. Fantastic.
Thank you. You see, what the miracle there is, he is feeding the right, energy, right nutrition, the right stuff for the body. So the body is like, extremely happy and jumping, another way around. So
Yeah.
that's why a lot of miracles is taking place. Okay, shall we unmute?
Shell.
Yes, right.
Madam Shell, you can unmute. Yes.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I wanted to share a little about this coffee, the Lion's Mane coffee.
Yeah.
I really found it so wonderful. One day I had this, I don't know, suddenly all my fingers and toes were like cramping and, like pulling, like as if the nerves were like pulling and I couldn't even like bend them. And I remembered that reading that the Lion's Mane is very good for nerve repair and things like that. So I quickly made took a couple of the Lion's Mane tablets, and also I made the Lion's Mane coffee. I was so amazed. It was so instantaneous. Everything just relaxed and there was no sign of cramping or, stiffness in my toes and fingers. So that's what I wanted to share. Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, the whole explanation behind this, you see, our stomach is very much directly connected with the stomach lining and our nerves and muscles. So that's why when she have this attack, okay, this attack could be any like sort of dehydration, or even it can be lack of nutrition in terms of magnesium, copper, zinc, which is very much related to the muscle. So when this thing happens, she will tends to have, because Madam Shell is a person, she's very active for her age, and she's just like, very, very young. Okay. She's very young in physics, young in heart, such a wonderful soul. And she does a lot of activities, helping, moving around there and here, and she does a Paidalajin also. So Paidalajin is practically a lot of beating and stretching. So when she does that, a lot of nutrition is needed for the muscles. Okay. And also when these things is happening, and that's where she quickly recalled it, because she does a lot of reading, in a lot of these articles about cordyceps, and also Lion's Mane is written is good for cramps and muscles and all. And that's why she quickly made the cup of coffee and she drank, and immediately it goes off. You see? So she's really good. And the coffees, and this is how a real therapeutic coffee. If you were to drink the wrong coffee, if you were to drink the Nescafe or anything, that is going to cause a lot of problem, which will be opposite. Okay, it's not going to solve the problem. It make things worse. Why? Because in that coffee, it doesn't have the required nutrition. You see, the body do not ask for any specific beverages. The body only needs nutrition, minerals, vitamins. Okay, what is it? Magnesium, copper, zinc, iron, selenium. What is it? Amino acids and all this kind of stuff. Okay, and this is what the body can use to produce, to fix the damages in our system. So we have to be very responsible towards our health, because this health has to be with us until we retire from this world. That's the day where we're going to leave this world. And until then, we have to have a good, fit physics and mind and body. Okay. So the coffee can give you this good health. Thank you so much, Shell, for your sharing. Okay. And
sometimes we can call Yusnida Yusuf to share some of the coffee experience from her.
Okay, can unmute her.
Madam, can share some of your coffee experience?
So drink a lot of coffee. These coffees can, really make your mind balance. Okay. You see, a lot of people do not have this mind stability, balance and all. Because there are a lot of things we can check, like distraction. So you cannot concentrate in one thing. You see, like you having simultaneously you are playing or it's very noisy. When you talk to one person, you cannot like fix your attention with that particular one person. You cannot. So you will have a lot of distraction, and this kind of all little distraction will tends to make you agitated. You feel like that you cannot focus. You feel like you have been disturbed. So we can see this kind of problem is always with our superior bosses, the HODs. Like if you have if it's like accounting firm, legal firm, all the bosses will be very cranky, nagging, and all these things, because you see in like accounting environment, financial environments, they tend to drink a lot of coffee and cigarettes. They do not take their lunch well, or they do not have time. They work like 10 hours, 12 hours a day. And they even work like Saturday, Sundays. And most of the times they also will be like single and very stressful environment. And these people will be very picky, and they will be very distracted by the background noise. You see, it is like the mic. You see, when you speak here, the mic can pick up. There is different types of mic. You have to speak directly, and then it picks up, and then it cancels all the noise surrounding. So we, as a human, we must use the power of the mind. So how we should able to give instruction to cancel the other unwanted informations been feeding in. So you can cancel and then focus on one. Is that possible? But all these things will be very difficult if you have a very bad gut. You have broken amino acids chain, and you do not have enough nutrition, minerals. You're going to have more problem in focus.
Correct.
That's why when we give Cocozy to a lot of kids, suddenly when the kids take the Cocozy, and the parents find that the focus towards study, focus towards exams is much better.
Yeah.
And what happens, because Cocozy has good fat, and on top of that it has GL, and GL is the mycelium. Mycelium comes with abundance good benefit, and he gives a lot of minerals, copper, selenium, vitamin E, all different important nutrients is there. So this is why it starts to like, boom, it clears up like that.
Another one more, doctor. I came to know that our Cocozy have a small amount of coconut oil.
Yes. Yeah.
This,
We are using the food graded, non-dairy creamer. The non-dairy creamer is actually palm oil. So we also have a fat from that area.
Yeah.
Okay, which is good. Okay, especially for kids, Cocozy does miracles to them.
Yes, correct.
Okay, and you must know how to mix them. Okay, so you don't mix one packet of Cocozy with one mug like this. You must put a very little Cocozy, and then shake it well. And then it's better to shake. What I do is, normally when I mix a Cocozy, I put in a shaker, I add little water, then I shake until it dilutes, and then I add a little bit more of water, and it's only going to be less than 100 ml water, something like 50 to 60 or 70 ml water.
That means it's not a one sachet full, doctor?
One sachet full.
One sachet full, but add little bit water at the time.
Yes. Because you see, kids is very simple. If it is going to be tasty, they're going to drink. If it is not going to be tasty, it's not going to be sweet and nice, they're going to say, no, I don't want this.
Yes.
And when people drink the Milo stuff, the so-called, health drink, which we'd already brought down, taken off from health beverage, Okay, but yet people already forgot about all the incidents. Okay, it only little while it'll be haunting their mind, and after that they totally forget about it. See, they are just feeding the kids and making them become a better diabetic. In another 8 or 10 years,
Yes.
every kid who's feeding this Milo will be diabetic sooner, because you're just feeding them sugar with unhealthy beverages. So this is going to be very bad. Okay, you all can go back and Google and see.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes.
why even this YouTube is recorded. I can claim that because it is already proven, the
Yes.
lawsuits already there, and a lot of issues is going on this area. So it's simple. The cost is almost the same. So just enjoy, extra, a little better coffee, for very good health. Okay. So
Yes.
any question?
So any other person you want to share something?
Oh, you need a microphone problem.
Yes,
No
I have a
problem.
microphone problem. Yes. So any other want to share something? You want to share your experience of the coffee? You can share it now.
Any questions also you may
Or
post
any
the
question
chat
also
box.
can you can do. Yeah, Madam Shelley, you want to share about the breathing process?
Yes, yeah, may give a 10 minutes to share about the breathing. Yeah, please
Okay.
unmute. Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, but
Hi, Michelle.
Yeah, I just wanted to recap. Thank you very much. It was so good to hear Mr. Nixon, really practicing it and finding the good results. Because if you do tape there are three aspects actually. So the first aspect is, of course, learning to breathe only with your nose and taping it at night. And that alone will cure snoring, sleep apnea, and it will insomnia.
yes,
All that will disappear. You'll have lovely deep sleep, and that will give the body time to really do good repair work.
yes,
So it's very, very critical. And also because you're breathing through the nose, you get the nitric oxide, which dilates your blood vessels and allows the blood circulation to take the oxygen to all the various parts of the body. So there's lots of this thing just for your nasal breathing. The second one is, as you all mentioned, many people have nose blocks, So you must always teach people also how to unblock the nose. And
okay,
it's very easy. You just, because you breathe in and out with your nose, and then you just nod your head. You throw back your head far back as possible, then bring your head back into your chest, into your, chin there, Just do it 10 times, but while you do the 10 nodding, you must not breathe. You must hold the breath. Then you breathe in and out. And that is one round. So you have to do like 5-6 rounds and your nose will unblock. So if it blocks up again,
I didn't get it, madam. I didn't get it. How is it done? I didn't get it.
You're breathing in and out with your nose, right? Then you
Yeah.
just hold your breath.
Okay.
Then you bend you throw your head back, like as if you're looking back up, at the sky.
Okay.
With your chin out. Then you bring it down, all the while holding your breath. You bring it down into your, like bowing your head, nodding.
Okay.
Right to your chest. Then that's one. Then you again do like that 10 times. But all the while not breathing. When you do like that, your nose will unblock.
That means all the while you're doing this bending and this one, you have to hold your breath.
Yeah, you have to hold your breath, and you don't have to do very slow. You can do fast also, but going up and down like a goat lah. Nodding and nodding your head, But you must really throw it up to the back and then bring it forward, back, forward, back, forward. That's one round. 10 times is one round. So you have to do 5 rounds. That is how to unblock. Okay. Now the third one, very important, is the breath hold that doctor was talking about. The breath hold, it's a very good, like if you want to you're going to make a presentation, or you're going through a tough time, or you're stressed up or whatever, periodically during your day, just hold your breath. And for a start, you might not be able to hold very long, so at least 10 seconds. But the average should be actually aspire to do it for 25 seconds. Okay? This also you must do about like 5 to 6 rounds.
Madam, sorry, you need to breathe in, then you hold, or just hold like that?
No, you breathe in and out.
No, I mean, you have to breathe in a long breath, then you hold it, or you just hold like that?
You breathe in and you breathe out.
Okay.
Then you hold your breath. So don't take the next breath. You hold the breath for 25 seconds. That is what is called the breath hold. And this breath hold is very good to do during exercise.
Okay.
If you do the breath holds while you do, let's say you're doing some dumbbell or barbell or whatever, when you do that, you won't have the lactic acid buildup. That's what the people say. The breath experts say. You know, sometimes long time you didn't do exercise, you go and do exercise, next day you're all cramped in because of the lactic acid buildup, isn't it? So when you do this, you won't have that. And there is a better use of the oxygen as well.
Right.
Okay, so breath holds also very important. It de-stresses you, and it's, really calms you down and gives you very good focus and all that. So at least 2-3 times during the day, just do 5 rounds of that. No sunblock, only if your nose blocked, not to say you have to do it. Some people don't have the nose block, so you don't have to do. But it's for those who are blocked, they must unblock it quickly, like in the way I said.
Yes.
So the 2 main things is nasal breathing, day and night, and then the breath holds about 4 to 5 times.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. Fantastic. I'm going to study.
Oh, welcome.
Okay.
Oh,
Any other
can I just add another thing? This is in regard to somebody who was asking about all this cholesterol and everything. Now they have established that all the inflammation in the body is caused by these oxalates, you see?
Okay.
And these oxalates are coming from the too much of eating green plants and all that, you know? So we think it's so good for us, but they say actually to eat more whitish vegetables than the green ones. You can take like lettuce and all, they don't have much oxalates, you know. The oxalates are the one that make the plant stiff, you know, the wood part, you know. So, and they're like needles, like graphites, you know, they're crystals. So that's why it depends where they go and settle. If they go and settle, if you're a very strong vegetarian and eating a lot of vegetables and eating a lot of fruits, we thought that vegetables and fruits are so good for us, but it's not. All fruits and all vegetables are not equal, apparently. Some fruits, they've got a lot of oxalates, like kiwi fruit is very bad, it seems, in terms of oxalate. So where can they settle? If they settle in your joints, you'll get arthritic pain and joint pains. Okay. If they settle, like go through your arteries and into your heart and all, they cause inflammation, and the body tries to overcome the inflammation. It's very abrasive. It's like scratching the surface of our blood vessels, you know. So that's why you get the cholesterol buildup, trying to heal those sore parts, you know. So cholesterol is not really the problem.
Yeah.
And the cholesterol is just, made the bad boy, but actually it is the one that is healing all the inflammation that is going on in the body.
Yes.
So I just wanted to add that, you know.
I think, madam, because of the people being educated in such a way that the green food is good for everyone, good for ourselves. That's the reason why people didn't know that green food is what you're saying is a lot of oxidation.
Yeah, especially like spinach, you know, bayam.
Yeah.
it's got a lot of oxalates, it seems.
Mm,
So if these oxalates, they gather in your kidney, you'll get kidney stones.
yeah,
They gather in your bladder, you'll get stones in your bladder.
yes, yes.
You know? So it depends where it's and if it's going and lodging even in other parts of your body,
Mm,
you will have like body will be trying to cover it with it'll cause like a tumor or whatever, trying to save it and cover
yes,
it up.
yes,
You know?
yes, yes. Correct, correct.
So we must see what is it that is causing it, you know,
Yes,
address the cause rather than try to suppress all the symptoms that the body is trying to give you signal, you
yes,
know,
yes, yes.
here's a problem and we have to look kind of like reverse engineer it. La.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, madam. Thank you so much for your information.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. Doctor, there's one more question in the chat box. So, Mr. Azza is asking, what can have be replaced with milk? Reaction have that non-dairy creamer.
Okay, it's a very good question. In fact,
Mm.
we do not need milk. Human milk is not our food. Okay, I would say that, and we don't have to find a replacement for milk. Okay, that's why God has created every of His creation with their own milk. The only one species who cross the border and drink all the other milk, which is human. Okay, so don't laugh. The human, milk structure and the molecule structures are different compared to the cow milk and, the goat milk and all. But goat milk in Ayurvedic is used as a medicinal value, only 1 tablespoon they mix with, the legumes or, the herbs, and then they just give them. Okay. But the problem here is, what is the problem in milk is the milk protein structure is a foreign protein structure. And these protein structures can go in and damage your B cells in your pancreas. And then you may come as type 1 diabetic. So type 1 diabetic is organ failure, okay, pancreatic failure, which is non-reversible diabetic. Type 2, it is the glucose intolerance, insulin retention problem. Okay, resistance of insulin is type 2. Okay, so type 2 is reversible, type 1 is non-reversible. So when you take milk, this is what will happen. And furthermore, nowadays the milk is extensively very bad quality. It's been pasteurized, and all the cows are just being like milk producing machine. And there are a lot of cows in Australia. One cow can even give 40 to 50 liters milk per day. Okay, they have been like working like a mission. So this is the issue. The quality of milk what is coming to us is very bad, and then it is not digestible. So what the reason you want to drink milk? And we was told in the school those days, calcium is the issue. You get good calcium in the milk. No, that is fake. There is less calcium and undigestible bad calcium in the milk. And you see, now they have cows, now they have one milk is high calcium, one milk is low calcium, right? We have high fat milk, low fat milk and all. Do you have high fat cow, low fat cow, high calcium cow, low calcium cow? Do we have this kind of different types of cow? No, everything is being changed, labeled and catered according to the demand. So this is where people nowadays, you see, the information is so good. Mr. Google is there. When people Google, and there's a lot of write-up claiming that milk is good. So people never think. They just quickly go and grab. As reading the nutrition, they said, wow, good. No added sugar, but there is added syrups. But when you see no added sugar, when you flick the nutrition label, calorie for 500 ml is 1,200, 800 calories of energy. Where does that come from? And in a small little word, there will be put corn syrup.
Yes.
And that part, oh, they may think, oh, corn, oh, very good. Corn also is good. You see, there is all techniques of labeling. And they are spending millions of ringgits and monies, US, millions of USD to modulate all these kind of techniques in labeling, okay, and advertisement and all these things. So there's a lot of things going behind in this issue. So there is no replacement. You do not need replacement for milk. But the best replacement, better than a million times better than milk, what you have in DXN is spirulina.
Yes.
Okay. By taking 1 table or 2 tables tablets of spirulina is equivalent like drinking 10 glasses of milk. Even much, much better. You want protein? Yes, we have protein. Okay, galluronic acid, GLA. Okay, we have that abundant. You see, that GLA is only in mother's milk. Okay, but we are too old to look for mother's milk now. Okay, don't try. Okay, so you will get so you never seen any big cow going and drinking milk from the mother. No. Okay, even the cow, when it comes to a certain size, when the cow, when the calf keep going to the cow, the mother, and then he'll get a kick, a couple of kicks, and then he'll start to go and grazing. So he's never go and disturb the mother. But we nowadays, people want to be healthy, and they are doing the wrong things. So giving milk is really, really bad. For kids, until the age of 2, once they already, in the age of 2, they already develop the digestion is completely fine to go on full-fledged food. So where do you get your calciums from is vegetables and the other source of food. And we, the XNS, we don't have to worry about that at all. We have the best calcium ever you can get on this earth is from the superfood, which is spirulina.
Yes.
You just take 10, 20 spirulinas, throw the milk, and which is bad, and you're spending a lot of money for poison and to get yourself more arthritis, more diabetic, and more sick. So please. Okay.
Okay, doctor. I think it's already time's up. 9:50 already.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much for everyone. So today had a very simple and informative session. So thanks for everyone who took part in this session, and also to all the panelists.
Maybe you want to share something?
Nothing, Mr. Nixon.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay. Maybe is Shalate just put the hand up, or you just never lowered down?
I'm not sure. Madam, you want to share something, madam?
Yes, I just wanted to say that, doctors, sometimes people want to have some kind of milky thing. So you can't be putting spirulina in it, but it's not just that they are wanting the calcium. So we can use coconut milk.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
You can use
because the Americans all nowadays, they drink their coffee with coconut milk,
Yes.
and it's quite nice. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
replace
Yes.
with coconut milk. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. If you all want to have a little bit of milky, this kind of things, you can add coconut milk. It's even much better than almond milk. A lot of people are doing this with almond milk. Almond milk is very bad and very high.
Yeah, it's got a lot of oxalates.
Yeah. So do not use almond milk. Use coconut milk, or you can even use directly coconut oil.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's much more tastier.
It's much better.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. And tomorrow is going to be our entrepreneurs and consumer Q&A session.
Yes.
So please bring in more people. And this Zoom session is totally, we are focusing on how to improve our health and also our loved ones' health. You see, now in the competitive world, too many information and people are practically drowning in the www. okay, in with Mr. Google. So practically there are a lot of information which they are not very sure. Okay, and also nowadays people do not have much time to read and a lot of things. So this is something very simple for 1.5 hours. Okay, come in and just put your contribution as well in terms of your quick questions. What we want is more questions, because questions makes everybody learn and makes me learn if I don't know how to answer, and that's best. Okay, any question that I cannot answer, that is best for me, because I have to find the answer for it. Okay, that is the best part. Okay, the day Dr. Puan asked me one question, I still haven't got back to her. That is keep playing in my mind. Okay, maybe in another sessions I will do that for you, Dr. Puan. So thank you so much. We will call it up today, and thanks to the core teams, Mr. Nixon, Nemisar, and all the people who took part and asking the questions as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much.